Okay, so hello guys, no? For today, we will have your lecture for mixing studies or substitution test na tinatawag. Okay, please do remember na yung mixing studies po natin is 10 items sa midterm exam and kasama na rin po siya sa moving exam natin. Ganito ang magiging senaryo para sa ating moving exam. Okay? 25 items for clot retraction time, PT and PTT, and 25 items for mixing studies, no? So, makinig po, no, sa mixing studies or substitution test. Okay. So, bakit ba natin ginagawa to, no? Itong mixing studies and substitution test na to. Class, this actually to detect certain factor deficiency. Okay? Hindi naman kasi pwedeng mag-rely ka lang with PT and PTT to assess kung anong factor, no, yung wala si pasyente, no? Kaya ginagawa natin tong mixing studies na to. Okay? Actually, class, sa PT siguro pwede, no? Since remember, kapag apektado po si PT, malamang sa malamang, apektado sa extrinsic pathway. And isa lang naman po yung factor of concern natin under your extrinsic pathway. And that's your factor 7. Okay? There is no such thing as factor 3 deficiency. Wala pong ganon. So, kapag nakita natin sa PT and PTT result natin na masyadong matagal kang bumuo ng clot sa PT, pero normal ka bumuo ng clot sa PTT, the problem is within the extrinsic pathway, no? And you can conclude na may factor 7 deficiency si pasyente. Okay? However, class, if you look your prolonged PTT, usually, class, kapag masyado kang matagal na bumuo ng clot on your APTT or PTT, the problem is within the intrinsic pathway naman. Okay, kapag nakita mo po yan, prolonged PTT and normal PT, isulat mo agad yung mga factor, no, na associated with your intrinsic pathway. You have your 12, 11, 9, 8, ilagay na rin natin si HMWK, and ilagay na rin natin si prekallikrein. Okay, paano naman po, sir, kapag both PT and PTT are prolonged? Okay? Usually, class, kapag ganito, no, the problem is within the common pathway. Okay? May factor deficiency associated within the common pathway. So, ilista mo ulit yung mga factor na kabilang sa common pathway. So, we have your factor 10, factor 5, factor 2, and factor 1. Class, kung mapapansin nyo, hindi natin nilagay si factor 13. Since remember, class, no, factor 13 deficiency can produce a normal PT and normal PTT. Okay? Hindi ko ito makakalimutan, class, kasi first question to sa hematology board exam namin. Ang tanong, anong factor deficiency daw yung nagpo-produce ng normal na resulta for PT and PTT? Number 1 question. The correct answer for that would be your factor 13. Since, sabi ko nga, in factor 13 deficiency, capable ka pa rin of producing a clot na papasok sa normal range. However, yung clot na nabuo, hindi nga lang matibay. Pero capable ka pa rin of producing a clot. Okay? Kaya si mixing studies, ginagamit siya to detect all of the factor deficiency except kay factor 13. Okay? Okay. Ngayon, ano po yung normal value ng PT and PTT natin? For PT, class, mabilis lang, no? Kaya nga siya tinawag na quick test. Around 10 to 14 seconds po. For PTT, that's around 20 to 45 seconds. Okay? Baka nagtataka kayo, class, no, kung bakit mas mabilis, no, yung normal value for PT and mas matagal yung normal value for PTT. Class, remember, no, kapag kasi ang coagulation cascade nangyari sa PT, wala nang pasikot-sikot na nangyayari, 'di ba? Kapag nag-react si factor 3 kay factor 7, pwede na nilang umpisahan yung common pathway. Kapag nag-umpisa yung common pathway, edi may clot na agad na mabubuo. However, class, kung nangyari ang coagulation cascade via your intrinsic pathway, 'di ba, marami pang pasikot-sikot para ma-activate yung common pathway. Okay? 'Di ba? For example, si factor 12 magre-react pa with factor 11. Si factor 11 magre-react pa with factor 9. Si factor 9 magre-react pa with factor 8 para i-activate si common pathway. Madaming nangyayari sa intrinsic pathway, no? Kaya nga po, kung mapapansin nyo, mas mahabang normal value, no, ng PTT na ang concern is the intrinsic pathway compare sa PT na ang concern is the extrinsic pathway. Okay. So, we have here your blood products, tingin ha, na ginagamit po to correct factor deficiency sa mga patient specimen. Paano po ginagawa yon? Ang una pong ginagawa sa mixing studies is that you test the patient PT and PTT. Tapos after mo i-test yung patient PT and PTT, you add a blood product. And then hintayin mo yung resulta, no? Kung na-correct ba yung PT or na-correct ba yung PTT. Ibig sabihin, class, kung na-normalize ba yung PT or na-normalize ba yung PPT. Okay? Kung hindi na-normalize si PT or hindi na-normalize si PTT. Okay? So, ganun po tumatakbo yung mixing studies natin. So, we have here 4 different blood products na pwede mong ilagay sa patient specimen to correct their PT and PTT. And para malaman kung ano yung factor deficiency nila. Okay, class, first specimen would be your fresh plasma. Okay? Class, yung fresh plasma po, lahat po ng clotting factors meron dyan. So therefore, class, it can actually correct all of the factor deficiency. However, class, if you add a fresh plasma, okay, class, ha? If you add a fresh plasma to a specimen, kung talagang may factor deficiency si pasyente, dapat po makokorek yan. However, class, kapag nag-add ka na ng fresh plasma sa specimen, tapos hindi pa rin na-correct yung PT and PTT, ibig sabihin, prolong pa rin, ibig sabihin, matagal pa rin bumuo ng clot. Okay? It is actually correlated with the presence of your lupus anticoagulant. O ano ba tong lupus anticoagulant na to? Okay? Tingin mabuti sa screen, class. You have here your platelets. And sa platelets mo, may tinatawag po tayong mga phospholipid. Okay? Lagay natin PHL. Class, yung mga clotting factors po, dito po yan nag-a-assemble sa mga phospholipid. Kasi class, sa phospholipid na to, dito nangyayari yung coagulation cascade para makabuo ka ng clot. However, class, in the presence of your lupus anticoagulant, ang nangyayari po is that inaatake niya itong phospholipid na to. So, tingin mabuti, kapag inatake niya yung phospholipid, nawawalan ng phospholipid sa platelets. Kapag nawalan ng phospholipid sa platelets, edi walang pagpapatungan yung mga coagulation factor. Kapag walang napagpatungan yung mga coagulation factor, edi walang coagulation cascade na mangyayari. Kapag walang coagulation cascade na mangyayari, edi walang clot formation na mabubuo. Okay? So, hindi na normalize. Prolong pa rin. walang clot na mabubuo or sobrang tagal mong bumuo ng clot in the presence of your lupus anticoagulant. This can be seen in patient with systemic lupus erythematosus or pwede rin sa mga taong may rheumatoid arthritis. Okay? Okay.